I think it's quite disturbing what I've seen on the news lately with people taking down all of these southern statues. Not that I agree with what they represent, but it's also disrespectful to the southern cultures and everyone else who actually likes southern statues. It's quite offensive, isn't it? Taking down a statue or some kind of sign of idolatry or symbol of something that you're proud of in the middle of the night because some people have decided and taken it upon themselves who piss and moan about a General Lee statue or some other statue they disagree with for what it represents and saying, when was the world up to you? When did God not create the world, and when did you get to decide to take down statues? Because what's next? Jesus statues get taken down, and all of the idolatry which never should have existed gets taken down, and say, guess what? Now this isn't a Jewish nation, a Jewish prison state, and we don't like General Lee statues also. But they're not that upset about prisons, but they're taking down General Lee statues. Say, what about all the Africans who are shooting themselves, all the European Caucasian Americans who are killing themselves with suicide, drugs taking, and car accidents maybe, or something else? And what about that? You're upset about statues, though. I think it's quite reprehensible not to see the obvious problem of people killing each other with weapons like guns in gangs, perhaps, or in warfare, whatever, as you will, and, see, other European Caucasians killing themselves with drugs taking and alcoholism, but you think the problem is southern statues. It's like, can't you see the obvious problem? It's quite obvious, isn't it? People aren't dying on the news because of a statue unless it falls on them, isn't it? So millions of people haven't been killed by statues, have they? They've been killed by weapons and drugs taking and suicide, isn't that right? So you'd figure the problem and being put in prisons, that's more of an issue than statues, isn't it? I say you should maybe focus on the obvious. It would do you much greater justice to the world, wouldn't it? And focusing on statues and historical aspects of things you might not agree with, instead of people actually surviving in mass numbers. That's what people need to be concerned about, is actual physical survival. Because that's how people don't go extinct.